Welcome one and all, this is D-Unknown and we are so back for what will be the beginning of another big batch of Phineas and Ferb Season 5 reactions. Now, from last episode's reaction to now, lots, and I mean lots, has happened in what has been a little over 2-month period. So, let's run down the list of what I have to share with you all, as I do have notes prepped for it as per usual when it comes to these hiatus periods. So, shortly after I released my reaction to Season 5, Episode 13, I wanted to, you could say, fill in that Phineas and Ferb void between then and now. So I ended up buying volumes 1 to 4 of the Phineas and Ferb Classic Comics collection, to really get my money's worth, maximize the utility value of those comics, as well as gain a little bit of notoriety in the fandom, but for real, wanting to meet a lot more amazing people in the fandom, I made a new account on Instagram with the handle pnf.comics.posting, if you want to check it out. And it's really that account where I'm primarily active these days in terms of Phineas and Ferb. And it is amazing to have a dedicated account discussing nothing but Phineas and Ferb. And the amount of followers I have on this account is more than double what is on my main account. For the most part, it's been a blast. And I actually established quite a few great connections with certain individuals who I now talk with semi-regularly, you could say every week or two, about the show, about the fandom, and much more. Next up, I'd also like to take a few minutes to give a huge shout out to Alyson Stoner, as I've also read in mid-August their memoir titled Semi-Well-Adjusted Despite Literally Everything, a phenomenal read from start to finish, and a review on that book deserves its own video. In short, Alyson Stoner, who goes by they-them pronouns by the way, is the voice actor of none other than Isabella Garcia Shapiro, my joint first favorite Phineas and Ferb character alongside Phineas, right from the beginning of Season 1. They've done a phenomenal job voicing Isabella in Season 5 thus far, as I've discussed at length already. In this book, you'll find a plethora of diverse themes and experiences, the features of which I've actually familiarized myself with over the years concerning mental health in the digital age, of which exploring is a very core passion of mine. In terms of the content you'll find in this book, think along the lines of what types of predatory practices can occur in the life of a child actor. Stolen childhoods, no rights as a child actor, the way children are protected in other areas of life, child actors essentially are not protected in the same way, as well as themes such as other people living vicariously through you and conditioning you to believe that morality constantly revolves around the whims of potential employers. There is so much more than this to explore. I want all of you, if you can, to go and purchase this book wherever books are sold. A link will be in the description for it. All I will say for now is that throughout their entire life journey, they've always called Phineas and Ferb a bright spot in their life from start to finish. And trust me, if Stoner had something to say about there being abusive industry practices in the Phineas and Ferb crew, it would, without a shadow of a doubt, be in the memoir. That, to me, is the greatest indicator of how, by and large, amazing the Dormbyverse crew is as a collective, and it adds a whole other dimensionality of respect I have for all of them, and was already sky high to begin with, and especially Alyson. To Alyson, you deserve to live the fulfilling life you were denied growing up above all else. You are now and forever solidified as one of the biggest and best inspirations in my life thus far. I am very looking forward to what the future has in store for you, and I wish you all the best. Next up, also in other official fandom news, we have this clip from the MWCA podcast, a statement made by none other than Olivia Olson herself, the voice actor of Vanessa, and is also a member of the Phineas and Ferb writing team. Roll the clip.
We mess with timelines a lot in this series, so actor age may or may not play out depending on what the boys get up to this season. So,
ooh. I don't know if you understand the degree of the earthquake that has just caused.
I think I felt it, but that might just be because we
live in SoCal.
Yeah.
I need you all to understand how massive this is. This is not just a vague statement about how the writing team is going to modify the timeline pre-actor age, but post-season 4. She specifically said what the boys get up to, aka Phineas and Ferb, will be responsible for a grand event that I will be calling the Actor Age Modification. There is absolutely no way she would get that specific if there wasn't at least a crumb of truth to it. You just don't. Now, in terms of Actor Age, I haven't discussed it at all in my reactions thus far, Essentially, Act Your Age is viewed as quite the controversial episode to many folks in the fandom, for multiple reasons, none of which I will be getting into here today. It's important to note that Olsen's statement is not necessarily a full 100% retcon of Act Your Age, as the episode does have a plethora of plot points. So I encourage you all to think about this not necessarily as a binary all-in or all-out situation. There may be some plot points that stick. Obviously, Finn and Bella will stick and stick together closer than ever before, and that's obviously what I'm most hyped about. Now, I've never had huge problems with this episode at any point since I've watched it for the first time, and still don't to this day. Though I have formulated some more concrete thoughts on it as a young adult, which I plan on discussing further in the future, as it is also relevant to the greater fandom conversation and how we treat one another. If you want to find out more, do follow my socials, and you may end up finding the answers you seek. I like folks in my audience to use critical thinking skills to deduce my positions in good faith and good fun, a key ethos of mine. Now, on to the show news. We now officially have a roadmap for the rest of Season 5, meaning that the end of the beginning of the revival is finally in our sights, which is an optimistic spin on the phrase beginning of the end. From now, which is episode 14, up until and including episode 18, episodes are releasing weekly. I'll show a screenshot of the schedule here for both exact dates and episode titles. I'll discuss each of these titles and give my predictions on what's to come in these episodes each week, in their corresponding reaction videos. Thereafter, the last 2 episodes are being released in January 2026. This is where the special I alluded to in my previous reactions may very well reside. It could be the same length as The Night of the Living Pharmacist, for all we know, given that the amount of time allotted is around 4 times the length of a regular 11-ish minute episode. It would fit harmoniously indeed. This could also be a special episode where we get a Dwambiverse crossover with Milo Murphy's Law plus Hamster and Gretel. The speculation is going to go crazy, let me tell you. But I'll leave further discussion on that for much, much later on. Next up, my reaction release plan. So I gotta provide some life context here first. I'm currently a master's student studying computer science and also work at the university as an academic assistant at the time of recording this. My life responsibilities on this front include keeping up with graduate level assignments, including coding projects, along with reading and writing academic papers, the latter of which I'm doing right now, as well as prepping material for instructing and grading the assignments of undergraduate students. Therefore, every facet of free time that I have shall be dedicated to working on these videos. They're not difficult to make on the whole, but trying to avoid copyright detection while preserving context via subtitles is the biggest time cost that I will have to face. And even though it's not difficult, it is still tedious and time-consuming at times, especially with how long the reactions have become ever since Season 5, Episode 11. I do not imagine them getting much shorter anytime soon. All in all, I've got my work cut out for me until the end of November at earliest, and I'm going to lock in as best as I possibly can. All for you guys. I spent the majority of this week writing a ton for a research paper, and there is still a lot more work to come for the rest of my semester. Interestingly, I don't actually have exams this time around, just a large amount of hefty projects that'll keep me busy till close to the end of the year. Now, the last preliminary thing we have to discuss is today's episode set. Bend It Like Doof and Dooflicated. A very Doofenshmirtz-focused pair. I made a comment about the lack of Doofenshmirtz-centered episodes in the first half of Season 5, and it seems as though they're all being concentrated in the latter half, especially starting out super strong with the battle days. Now, in terms of the episode titles themselves, I gotta address the elephant in the room, potentially Agent Elephant in the room, and you'll see why in a bit. Bend It Like Doof is a crazy title. When I think of the phrase bend it, I think along the lines of the Booty Fever Dance from the Mindshare Vacation episode. In this episode, the leaders of Auka and Love Muffin, aka Major Monogram and Doofenshmirtz, have a score to settle, which is done via a soccer match, interestingly enough. This is going to be quite the world-building episode where we learn more about the current dynamic between the two organizations, as well as the underlying tensions. I believe I mentioned in the past about potential LARPing or committing to the bits, and what you could think of as the back and forth, quote-unquote, good and evil forces, which may actually only be there out of obligation to keep everyone in a job, as mentioned by Major Monogram, while not actually contributing anything of value to society, necessarily. And in terms of a social commentary standpoint, it is a parallel to the modern-day dystopia that we do find ourselves in. For example, the injection of AI features into everything and mass enshittification. As an aside, rest in peace to Windows 10, as end of life was earlier this week as I'm recording this, and a ton of PCs are about to become e-waste for average consumers, unfortunately. As a privacy-focused tech enthusiast, please, I beg of you, do whatever you need to do to fight back against this shittification, and please do not throw out your older computers if they still work well. Linux and other alternative methods to continue using Windows 10 do exist out there. You can search up a ton of videos yourself if you want to do more on that, which I strongly encourage. Back to the episode, with respect to the rest of Season 5, we've seen a lot more villains than agents this season. Literally only Agent P and Stacy as agents. So I'm really excited to see Peter the Panda and potentially Pinky as well as Terry, the OG agency as well. Everything that's about to happen this episode is fit for an all-star lineup on both teams. I'm super excited to see. Now, in terms of excitement for the other episode in this set, it is what is by far the most long-awaited Dooflicated. Many viewers of mine will likely have already seen the clip on this episode from a few months ago, as have I. And from it alone, you can deduce a lot of the plot, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it for now. In short, the Backyard Gang gets Dooflicated, build some super stylized and menacing megamechs, and take to the town in what I hope to be an epic showdown. Who will put a stop to the Backyard 5 this time around? Candace is the obvious answer, as she does get on her bike and pursue them in confusion and concern. But what might be Perry's role? Might Stacy be there? The possibilities are who knows where. More of my analysis on that when we get there, though. With that all out of the way, no more delays. It's time for me to brighten your day. Let's get it and bend it now! What? We're already starting with the freaking Twitch stream layout! Of all the ways for episode to begin, Doofenshmirtz is doing a Twitch stream? Oh my god, what are the names here? Oh boy. We're already starting and we already gotta read names off the first freaking frame! 10 viewers, pretty damn good to start out. More viewers than my last stream, which took place at the beginning of 2025. As a result of how little viewership I actually got, I decided that I would no longer be live streaming for at least a long while, and I just find video-based growth much more rewarding. And nothing has been more rewarding on my channel long-term thus far than these reactions. So once again, thank you for that. Let's keep reading the names. We're still on the first frame. I was worried this reaction might not be as long for some reason. Proven wrong, like literally a single image is enough to prove me wrong. Bite Me, Pretty Fly for a Wi-Fi Surveillance Fan 3, Bite Me, Area 51. What a time. The 100 people who, quote-unquote, stormed Area 51 literally just hung out outside a military base for the whole day. Let's see. Ducky No agreed. Pass Sword is 1, 2, 3, 4. Evil Noob, Fishing for Love. Okay. Mostly positive reception. Thumbs up, hi, hello, wave, yas, welcome back, what's up, real talk, thank you, agreed, yas, real talk, okay. Yeah. Okay, and now, wow, but as soon as it scrolled, the negativity comes in full force. This is not social commentary. Please don't do social commentary about Twitch culture. I know I really want it, but it's okay. I'm just joking. It's a reverse psychology. You know what I want, guys. My little schmertzies. All 10 of We are so back. We are so back. Okay, we're gonna let this sequence play out in full. I'm sorry, I was gonna let this play out in full now. I have to acknowledge Simp.
Alka would be nothing without me.
My evil helps them exist, exactly as predicted. I don't think I'm actually gonna be that surprised for, like, the majority of the plot of the episode. But that doesn't mean that this episode can't surprise me in other ways. As clearly shown by my reactions to just, like, we're a few seconds in still. Come on, D-Dash. You gotta get on with the program. My evil helps them exist. As I mentioned before, it's that back and forth good and evil dynamic that's kind of forced to exist just to justify everyone having a job, a role, a place in society, a purpose, you name it. But then Major Monogram might do a competing Twitch stream. God, this might actually really be streamer culture. I'm having a bunch of thoughts swimming in my mind. What if Major Monogram is doing a rival Twitch stream and saying, my good helps Heinz exist? So secretly, Heinz and Major Monogram, as we already know from episode 1 of season 5, that they have each other's contacts and they talk with each other regularly. Let's continue. Yep. What's this? Beefy Vest 55 is calling you hack!
Alright, you're going live.
Going live. Yes! At the Doof versus Beefy Mustache. I would not have expected that. I blew a raspberry there. I would not have expected that to be Major Monogram's name. As it is late, I do actually have to keep my voice down for the rest of the recording, so... As I mentioned before, Saturday's not the best days to record, so... Lower voice for the rest of the session. We roll with it, we've done it before, we can do it again. I should have known it was you, Francis.
Doofenshmirtz, you would be nothing without our foiling your evil, ridiculous ploy.
Yes. Sweet misguided Francis. Oh, that's so good. Oh, the dynamic is so good. Yep.
What's a simp?
What's a simp? Oh my gosh. It's a canonical line from Doofenshmirtz. What's a simp? Settle it over a soccer match? Okay. Interestingly, a stream suggestion might actually be the catalyst, as it appears here. It just might work. Athletic field agents versus some hazard scientists, yeah. Alka agents are incredibly agile, various in size, but don't underestimate the drive and the motivation of evil scientists. Yep. What's the... Shave your mustache. Ooh, that's a good one. That's so good. How dare you? Yes. Swampy and Dan. They had a field day with this episode. When we win. Nice. I love the confidence, the wording of when we win instead.
You have to shave your head.
Shave your head. Have we seen a bald Doofenshmirtz? I'm trying to remember how little hair. I feel like we've seen a bald Doofenshmirtz at least a few times, even in the original show's run. Typically when he gets burnt to a crisp. I can name at least 2 instances. Insert nickel joke here and continue.
Well, when we win, you have to shave Carl.
Shave Carl. Ooh. Interestingly, I believe Carl's first name is Carl, but his last name is Carl, so it still does work here.
Please keep me out.
Keep me out of this. Nah. Carl, you are co-captain, or there's a team captain. I'm not sure if there's a... I'm not sure what the position's not coming to mind, but nah. Carl, you're into this right now. A deal's a deal. Viewers down to 7. Oh, goodness. Okay. Alright. I have no idea what to expect for the backyard gang plot. Baljeet's walking out of the house. Interesting 45-degree angle down. Look at how small they are. It's so great in this frame. Let's go. Time for us to play. Okay. There was trailer promo footage that came out, so I do have an idea of what's gonna happen in this episode. They're going to essentially throw sticks at targets, Phineas and Ferb. Not much of an idea, to mind you. It's going to be quite a fun invention that hones in particular agility skills of theirs.
For us to play,
can you hit that thing with a stick? Hit that thing with a stick, okay. Interesting side note here. There actually is a Take 2 episode where Isabella asks one of the guests, I forget her name, on that spin-off series, where she wanted to get a boy's attention. Isabella essentially asked, how can she do it without hitting him with a stick?
I have a question for Emma. How do you get a boy's attention when he doesn't know you exist? Other than hitting him with a stick.
I'm gonna say drop an anonymous note in his locker or on his desk or something.
Okay, stick, bad. Anonymous note, good. Got it. Thanks.
Are we gonna get a callback to Isabella trying to give Phineas a hint, getting frustrated, and imagine hitting him with a stick. There's a non-zero chance that might happen. That would go crazy. But yeah, let's continue. Yep.
Can you hit that thing with a stick?
Isabella's passionate.
Well, try to hit that thing with a stick.
Nice. Not knock it until you try it. Knock it with a stick. Ooh, that contact was great. When I think about hitting a thing with a stick, I think of melee weapons, not throwing a stick at an object, but the accuracy of at least 4 of these 5 are absolutely on point. Baljeet proved it, Phineas and Ferb proved it. Isabella, there's no doubt in my mind she has insane accuracy. If you all remember, from Season 5, Episode 13, granted it was in a dream sequence, but if she had to punch an object the size of her fist, barreling at her, aka a cupcake, she could wall that dead center every single time. No other. Yeah, truth. Based Ferb. What are you up to? What are you guys up to? Throwing sticks. Grr.
Ooh, I feel the rush of hitting that thing with a stick.
Oh, she's so excited. Oh, I love it. I love it. So not bustable, and then it becomes bustable later on. Classic Candace. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I was absolutely correct saying 4 of these 5. Yep. With a stick, 4 out of 5, but incredible accuracy otherwise, actually, when it comes to Buford with other objects.
The Hadron Collider!
What? That's nuts. Hadron Collider. Where did this come from? I'm not even gonna bother. Yeah, the camera was pointing away, so we wouldn't have seen it. But it's interesting none of them did. Yeah, not the stick. No! Got a hole in beef, yeah. Okay, so it's literally an elaborate contraption, specifically with targets everywhere, to throw sticks at. Okay. We really do appreciate and love the simple things in life. I would absolutely love nothing more as a kid than hanging out with other kids and us throwing sticks at objects. It really reminds you. I love the sentimental value of this episode, and insert YouTube video about the value of being offline, essentially. Where's Perry? Yep. Okay.
Super code red.
Super code red, dang. That's a crazy beep.
Emergency agent B.
Yes! Perry's got it too. Yeah! Those accuracy skills are absolutely going to come in clutch for this soccer match. Square off! Ooh, I love the logo. In a soccer game. What a record. He actually does have incredible athleticism. That's not unwarranted. He has the bragging rights. We did see him actually flex his muscles in the first half of Season 5. I forget which episode, though. Too competitive. Yeah.
Get over there and see what Doof's up to. I know he'll find some way to cheat.
Yeah. Flying. Oh, yes. Exactly as I'd expect. They look great, though, all of them. I wonder if we're going to actually learn any of their names. How many figures I recognize here? Obviously, Doofenshmirtz and Diminutive. Rodney, nowhere to be seen. I actually think Rodney might just be out of the picture. This character I recognize, this character I recognize. And this character, Holt was manning the contraption to lower Perry down into the hippo trap in Agent T13. I recognize this woman, just the character figure, but I wonder if we're going to learn any of their names. Granted, I am terrible with names, so if I do, they likely will not stick. Oh, great. Why? What is Doof? Come on. How do you think Perry's going to be on your team? What are you doing, Doof? Yeah. By the way, I don't know what the jetpack's for. Yeah. Ooh. Smug Perry. Ooh, Perry fans are gonna love that shot. That's freaking awesome. I'm obviously Team Alka, as you can tell. I hope Alka rolls over Love Muffin with this one. Bring me a ringer. Bring me a ringer, okay. A superstar soccer player being called a ringer, I am not familiar with that at all. Yeah. Okay. Nice. What a crazy track. I thought the song was going to be the square off between Alka and Love Muffin, but it's here instead. Alright. Yeah. That thing with the stick. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Ooh, crazy targets. Nice. Alright. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Okay, so it's just a lot of attaching targets. Nice. Yep. Stick throwing with stick. Nice. Yes, I love this. Hit that thing with stick. Pretty sick. Yes. I'm gonna pause for that frame. Yeah! Isabella comforts Buford. Look how sad Buford. Oh, look how sad Buford is. I love that the Backyard Gang really does care for one another. That's so wholesome. I love it. So good. It's gonna be sick. Yes. Nice. Ooh. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'm not upset. I'm just
disappointed, yeah. Yeah. I'm not upset at you guys. I'm just disappointed. I wonder if the busting threshold will be crossed, because interestingly, it doesn't always get crossed in every single episode. Man.
Maybe it's time we go back to the drawing board and...
Nope. Oh, those psycho frames. Psychomella. We could call her. And this bar sticks. Well, at the very least, if she's not going to think about hitting Phineas with the stick, at least we know she has a rather feral, frantic fascination, if you will, when it comes to sticks. Okay. Alright. We're here. We got the OG agency, and we have an Agent Eagle, a Bear Agent, Agent W, the Whale, the Elephant Agents, some of them probably new recruits from the Where's Perry episode. I would have loved to see Peter and Pinky. It's not impossible as of yet. This might not be everyone on the team. Yep. Ooh. A goldfish controlling a humanoid robot with human proportions, limbs, legs, arms, torso, all that, with opposable hands, just like Perry. Very interesting. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Work it. So good. There's Terry. Nice. I love that spin. I want to look at that spin again, though. Oh, yes. Let's see. So Terry the Turtle's in his shell. He bops it with his head, and then spins. I can't wait to see more of the agency action. So good. And then Perry's... Oh, man. Yep. The big searcher.
Yeah. Even convince Vanessa to come show her support.
Yeah. Rah. Exactly. Oh, man. And Dick Wickerson's back. Cool. So, this is important. He's in an orange jumpsuit, I think. Let's play it, though.
Dick Wickerson here, in and out of prison so many times I've lost...
Okay, lost count, yeah. Dink Winkerson is having some troubles with the law and some run-ins. Once you're in the system, it's hard to get out. I don't know what Dink Winkerson's motives are, how long he should be in prison for. I am not a legal expert. That's not my expertise. That's not what we're discussing here. Yep. Alright. So we see... I believe this is Brittany, and Carl told her to can it because she was being snarky in episode 5. And I have no idea who is this girl on the right.
And it's a beautiful day for the...
Why are you shoving them out of the way? What are you doing? No, Dink Winkerson, yeah, you... Dig Winkerson. Oh, how far you've fallen from the last few seasons to now. Dink Winkerson is all winked out and dinked out, if you will. Yeah. Oh, man, you destroyed their lemonade stand. Come on, man.
Evil.
Boo. Let's go, Will.
You're lucky I'm exercising boundaries.
Whew, yes. Yes. Here comes the Nader. Alright, so, guest star soccer player. I don't know sports. I'm going to just say it up front. I'm not going to remember folks' names. I'm not that in tune with celebrity culture. I don't know many names, as I mentioned before. You're not going to find that here. Yes. Nice. Alright, so I assume these are guest stars. I don't know either of these people. Sorry if you were looking forward to an excited reaction. I don't watch many things. I'm not in tune with the mainstream, at all. I have a very particular set of interests. Sorry, guys. Classic ad gag. Yeah. Okay, so we got all the names. Except Terry the Turtle. But damn! Agent Perry's looking slick. Ooh, that spot. I love the posing of Perry. So giraffe, elephant, monkey, beaver, butterfly. That's unique. Eagle, fish, frog, bear. Very nice. Love muffin. Okay. These are the names. We're taking a screenshot of this. So, we have Mad Montgomery. That'll be relatively easy to remember. I think of Montgomery Gator from FNAF. Hornswaggle, that's a funny name. Fraud Espionagette. I'm not remembering that. That's a cool name. Pete Scotterson. Very nice. Ethel Wormwood. Just David. Ingrid Irksome. I think if I remember Izzy's got the frizzy, I'll know at least her name starts with an I. Stabby Stubble, just gotta remember Sharpness, and Dr. Diminutive. What an awesome lineup. I predicted an all-star cast. Everything I expected out of this episode is now what's here, apart from the stream at the beginning, of course, which was a pleasant surprise. Megan Rapinoe and Cristiano Fernandez. Nice. Let's go. We love dimensionality.
I'm also devilishly handsome.
Of course.
Back in the game.
Yeah.
Rah.
Of course, Vanessa would. We're doing that angle. Oh my gosh. With soccer players, I don't know how often it actually happens versus actual injuries. I'm not into sports at all. I really do wonder how often soccer players fake injuries relative to other sports. I do believe the percentage would be higher, but I'd be fascinated to see a statistic on that. Any of you astute soccer players or watchers, feel free to comment below with your thoughts. Soliloquy, nice. We love those words.
Yeah, I don't need your life story. Just flop it.
Oh man, but Doofus, you always share yours. What's happening? What's the lack of understanding about the value of other people's backstories? Come on, Doof. Just flop on the ground like a kid throwing a tantrum. Yeah.
Ground like a kid throwing a tantrum.
Our ref today is Klimpaloon.
Klimpaloon's just here. Abstract entities from other locations around the globe can just show up whenever they want. That's the dynamic of the show. I'm not fully surprised. I'm also a non-zero percentage surprised. Let's do it.
The magical old-timey bathing suit that lives in the Himalayas.
Nice. Yeah. Ooh, I love this. Give the ball a kick, give the ball a kick. Hey. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Ooh, that hit the, nice pick. Okay. I'm not going to pause too much, but I do want to see Ingrid, I think, was her first name. But dang, launched and just bonked the net. Damn. And Perry's grimacing because he knows the pain there. Nice pick. And then we have Montgomery with a portal there. Let's go back. Nice. Dang. That's so good. Nice. Gonna be slick. Nice. All the devices, yeah. It's just a modification of everything. Love Muffin is absolutely just cheating their heart out. Whereas Alka's playing fair and square, but the stories are gonna count because that's the show. Ooh. I didn't expect Doofenshmirtz to do those flicks.
Ow! I really should have stretched.
Yes, he should have. Yeah. Enough. Dang. Clipbaloo. Clipbaloo gave Doof a yellow card. Not in my checklist for what I'd expect this season. But then again, what is?
Let's talk to the players.
Well,
The important ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, tough tens. Cool. Here comes the ultimate target hitting contraption. Wow. Shadow hands. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. Formidable shadow hands. We're gonna see more of that in Dooflicated, I hope. Yeps. Yeah. Freaking! Did the light reflect off of Agent Butterfly's wings and sting his eyes, and then he's gonna exclaim in pain? Wow. Yeah.
It hurts.
Meanwhile, Agent Frog actually sustained enough injuries to be down for the count. Oh my god. The pain. The trauma. We love that arced hand. Just, you really gotta milk it. This pose, you gotta have this pose to really sell the pain.
Everything. I have representation and can also do comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what happens. That's what happens when you over-sensationalize. You take it out of the game and you can't come back. Dang. And they're both just gone. Well, levels the playing field. Really? Well, we know Major Monogram's Jal from Where's Perry is gonna rip off his uniform and go full leotard. Let's find out.
Are you gonna step up, or do you want to just let me know what shaving cream works best with your skin?
Good intimidation. Here comes the Vades. Ah, yes. Yeah, the sounds. Yes. Okay. Alright. Major Monogram's going feral in a way we haven't seen. You can tell it's all in the line work. Red lines in the eyes, the squiggles on the forehead, bags under the eyes. Not really bags, it's like eye wrinkles. All we need is just some more veins. Monogram's muscular. Beefed up a lot since last year. This was not his body's build in Where's Perry. I can tell you that for a fact. You heard the growl. We're gonna listen to it again. Yeah. Ooh, I like that ambiance. I remember that from the supercomputer episode. Now there's just machinery just being thrown about. I'm not sure what gives on the Love Muffins team. Yes. Oh my gosh! Ooh. Ooh. I'm like, I could go a humor-based approach, and damn, there's too many good thumbnail shots again. I could either do a mass collage, or I might just do simpler, because I don't have a lot of time to do these reactions. I might just go simpler with the thumbnails. But damn, it just, blah! He's just tearing it up down the field. Yep. Leading by one. Here we go. Back and forth. Yep, Perry's the keeper. Yep.
Incredible.
The goalie just bonked the ball all the way to the goal. Yeah, the pointy guy, I already forgot their names. I look how smug Perry is. He's so proud of himself. He deserves to be. The eye twitch, yes. I think Major Monogram's like 3 or 4 times the speed of everyone else. Yeah. Comes. Perry just... Oh, okay. I stepped on his... I don't know how, with his cleats, how much force he's putting down on his right foot. he may actually get a red card for that. Yeah. Pastor Francis. Yep, I knew it's illegal tackle. Damn. Sorry, Monogram. Penalty kick. Whew. Comes Doof and Perry, and yeah. And it wouldn't be an episode of Phineas and Ferb without Perry getting trapped. Yeah. Yeah, we'd have to cheat. It's yeah. Okay. We're back to stick throwing. It's been quite some time. I went off on the Alco Love Muffin soccer match segment. That's what they were super fun. Yep. Giant hands.
That's not nothing, I guess. I'm getting bomb.
Yeah.
On the count of 3, we'll activate
Lenny.
1.
Nice.
2.
Lenny's yanking the grass and it's folding upwards. Let's take a look at that. What's happening here? Yeah. I don't know what's up with this. I got nothing this time around. Let's go. And it all comes down to this. Hitting their targets. Here it comes. Oh, it just shifts. Okay, everything's just shifting left and right. Dang. Oh my gosh. That squeal. The squeal. Squealing in disbelief. So they just shifted the entire ground horizontally. Wow. Okay.
What the?
Phineas. He did. Yeah. Yep. And just, that's it.
Sticks. They're throwing sticks, sweetie.
Yeah, that was fun. So the entire city was moved. Okay, they can just move a city with these. This is nothing new. They moved the entire planet in Safe Summer. Moving a city is just clockwork for them. An average day in the backyard, if you will. Tie game, okay.
Dink Wickerson going
Back to prison, yeah. Yeah. Bye, Dick Wickerson. Nice. Tie game, and they're all cheering for Barry. Very nice. Vanessa throws the pom-pom. And they put her there. Okay. Okay. Are they actually going to do it? Nice. Yeah. Yeah. They both need jobs.
But you didn't win, so I get to shave your mustache.
You didn't win either, so I get to shave your head.
Alright. Are they both going to shave? Yeah! Alright. We really have seen them both before, but it's, this is the type of shave where you leave a little bit of stubble. We've actually seen Monogram with that as mustache before, too. Doofenshmirtz with a bald head like this, a little less so. You can really tell the line work of Doof's head. Yeah. Yeah, and they're both gonna unite. And they're both gonna unite over shaving Carl's head. Awesome. Nice. Ooh, I love the sync there. Boo! I love the timing of that. Excellent. Combining the slapstick woodwind instruments, or not brass instruments, not woodwind. Excellent way to end the episode. Alright. And now, what we've all been waiting for. Matt's anticipation for Dooflication. I got a lot to say about this episode, but we're going to discuss this episode as we proceed. Let's go. We do. It's a special day. It's Danville Day, actually. Yeah. Buford will get his bread bow hot tub in a later episode, and it actually is within this 5-episode weekly marathon that we're going to be undergoing, and I do have some thoughts formulated about it, but we will get there when we get there.
This is Red Bull Hot Tub.
Grown every... Okay. Dang. All of them. Belgi covering his ears. Isabella looks so disgusted. Oh my gosh, look at that. Dang. Phineas just looking up, doing an eye roll, and Ferb with the squinting eyes. That's so good. And this was written by... I have not been paying attention to the title cards at all. Olivia Olson contributed to writing this episode, and her father, Martin Olson. I believe that's her father. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. but damn, we're gonna hear that groan start to finish again.
Red Bull hot tub down.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that the Buford clip would be actually in the Red Bull hot tub episode, but it's just here. Okay. Roger Doofenshmirtz. Yep, we can indeed. We love Ferb. Yeah, he gets his oven repaired. The mosaic of kicking an orange, that'll never get old. It's gonna wallop me every single time, man. Alright, yeah, excellent. I love this. Duckleberry muffins.
A recipe or the essay?
An essay. I'm perfectly content with Norm's voice now. It has grown on me. Ooh, okay. Vanessa's applying for college, growing up so fast, so I think she's about to enter college. Really interesting. If we go by actor age logic, Phineas was struggling to figure out which college he wanted to go to, and he chose 2 weeks before it actually started. As for me, I had to decide way earlier. I had a deadline to make a decision that was not in the summer, like at least a season earlier, so interesting how it works in certain states. I'm pretty sure the writers are just going off of the logic that they're familiar with. It's different, I imagine, from state to state. So, this is going to be a prelude to entrance exam. What this tells me is that the episode titled Entrance Exam is going to be focused on Vanessa, and I would love to learn more about Vanessa when the time comes to react to that episode. They do. But it's a Doofenshmirtz. Nah.
I'm programmed to show interest.
Yeah, programmed to show interest. That's so good. It's Roger instead. Should be leader.
Uncle Roger, the mayor.
Dun dun dun! Role model. Yep.
Gasp, sir.
Gasp, dun dun dun. Yeah. It's pretty easy to hide that from Vanessa. Yeah, not the most difficult. Roger. Yep. Brilliant hiding of the Dooflicationinator, which we have seen in the clip. I got a special bit prepared for when the familiar clip comes on stream. You guys will quite likely enjoy it. Yeah. Steam transition, nice. Yep. Incoming mission, nice. Excellent sequence. Hairy afro. Yeah. Yeah, classic. Just hands up, jet back down, blasting away. Let's go.
I don't know
nice.
if I call it a jungle gym. It's not very jungly, but I do love a slide.
Yeah, I'm very much a fan of slides too. Awesome. Why must you be so cruel? Okay. High-pitched Doof voice, cool.
It's not what it looks like.
It's exactly what it looks like. It's always what it looks like. What do you think? Come on, Doof. Yeah. Doofenshmirtz is quite skilled and agile when it comes to trapping. I will say he is likely the master of trapping. Even if it's a Nader's fail, do not discount Doofenshmirtz's trapping game. Double knotted. Yeah, he knows how to work a double knot. He did do so at least once in the original show's run.
aside from the strong jaw and the dazzling smile, what has he got? Just a
sparkling personality.
That's all.
Yeah. I already made my comments about Roger Doofenshmirtz and how he, as beloved as he is by a lot of the town, and there always will be loyal followers of his, I'm willing to imagine that there is a substantial, albeit potentially lesser known group of people who don't like Roger Doofenshmirtz. Keep in mind, he is a politician at the end of the day, and when things get tough, like in Safe Summer, and I referenced Safe Summer already in the previous episode, Roger Doofenshmirtz is not as beloved as you might expect. Basically, when times get tough, Roger Doofenshmirtz is more so criticized and held to account. Roger Doofenshmirtz has, on multiple occasions as well, and I'm going to reference the beak here, where he does try to dodge accountability. He gives great performative lip service. Danville usually goes great, especially with Phineas and Ferb around. Everything happens to work out for a lot of people in town. I wonder if Phineas and Ferb are the reason why Roger Doofenshmirtz is mayor. Inadvertently, not directly. Essentially, the positive influence Phineas and Ferb have caused the town to be as amazing as it is. Because they also installed a tiger exclusion device on City Hall in the Tour de Ferb, so they do build inventions for their community a decent amount, and those actually stay around longer than their typical inventions, I think. But I could be wrong about that. This is all just speculation. This is me just doing theorization. Nothing I'm saying, apart from the episode references, is canon, so keep that in mind. My personality, yeah.
Behold my Dooflicate!
The Dooflicate, yeah. The yellow tint glasses. As someone who's also in the Deltarune fandom, all you gotta do is tint one of those glasses pink, and you have now's a chance to be pink, shop it pink, Okay. Not the only Deltarune reference I'm gonna make, actually, and you're gonna see how I implement it later on. Yeah. A cheap imitation. Okay, that's important to know, because not every aspect of Doofenshmirtz's personality is going to have all the effects on whoever falls victim to the ray that gets shot out of this device. So a cheap version is essentially, imagine just extracting and reducing the dimensionality and the complexities of Doofenshmirtz. A very cheap base foundation of Doofenshmirtz's core personality traits, literally all the typical tropes of Doofenshmirtz, and absolutely nothing else of substance. That's essentially the qualities that the victim of the ray gets when it's shot. But dang, this shot too, also dang, looks like Spamton. I will show an image of Spamton on screen. You guys can tell it's so similar. This is the type of design you'd see in the Spamton fight, actually.
By default, my favorite way to win!
He did say that once before. Alright, here comes the ray, and then here comes the clip. Yeah. Wow. Reflected off his teeth, that's crazy. That's a ray deflection technique we have not seen before in the show. Okay, so now that we have an idea of who's going to get shot, and it's not just the backyard gang, there's two directions I believe this episode could go in. Number one is more of a comedic, slapstick-esque episode, where the ray essentially shoots a ton of people in Danville, and I think the writer's direction here is essentially, or you could say the vision, is what's the maximum number of voice actors that we can have imitating Doofenshmirtz's voice. That's fun in its own right, and that's cool and all. I would also like to see much more dedicated time to the backyard gang just wreaking havoc across the town, because they made some formidable machinery in this episode, and you guys who have watched that 2.5-minute clip have already seen it. I hope there's going to be at least a dedicated amount of time to Phineas and Ferb and the gang, because I want to see them so bad, man. I guess we'll see.
His dazzling smile can't be that reflective.
A mischievous Jeremy. So, bushier eyebrows, eye bags, that's pretty much it. Let's see what Jeremy does. What types of mischievous activities will Jeremy get up to when handing Vanessa her slushy dog?
Extra onions, extra evil.
Yeah.
I don't know what Candace sees.
And Vanessa knows. I don't know what Candace sees in the guy, yeah. Because Vanessa and Jeremy had an interaction before in the chameleon episode. I forget the name of it. Dang.
Okay.
Yeah. To close his mouth and... Yeah. It's going to reflect off the trophy. Here we go. Alright. So now we're going to get into familiar territory. Let's get it. Yeah. A bunch of deflections. Yeah, here it comes. We know the sequence now. And yeah. Alright. So, what I'm going to try to do is reenact the voice. That's the bit I'm going to do. So let's begin with a warm-up. And I'm going to do a whole bit, starting from a very particular line. Let me do a real-time warm-up for you guys. And nothing is more fun than evil. Why stop at Danville? I know what we're going to do today. They're going to the entire tri-state area. I really wish I could be louder, but it's past 1 a.m., so that is not happening. Sorry, guys. Yeah, alright. I love the ominous quirky worky song. It fits so well. It goes so hard, that motif. It's great. Alright, so I'm going to analyze them one by one later on. Their expressions, but we got to do the bit first. I have a whole bunch of stuff planned for this episode. God, there's so much in my mind to dissect. First of all, we have Isabella just handing Phineas a brick. The Finn-Abella dynamic has been speculated to Kingdom Come from this shot alone. Let's just go forward a bit. Yeah. They are going to commit some rather mischievous misdemeanors together. That's my hope for this episode, especially these two. Alright, with that out of the way, we do the voice reenactment, so please, just say it with me. It's TV time! Wait a minute, that's not the right hyperfixation. Let's try that again, shall we? That's better, but not quite. Let's run that back one more time, and... Candace the sister, that's better. You're just in time. For what? A weird hunching over like a praying mantis? No, for the beholding! The bewarding? Let me explain through a brief flashback and a not-so-brief monologue about my childhood. That 5-inch voice. Your childhood? You know, Hood. You are a child. Nevertheless, I had none that nemesis. Your 14 days are numbered. Behold, the pollinators. Get ready, Danville, for the ride of your life. Cause it'll last a lifetime. It's a trap. And with no one to stop us, the tri-state area will be ours. Happy Danville Day. Join the fun. Or else? Or else? Like, what do you mean, or else? Okay, that's the end of the clip. Let's go back. I'm gonna analyze their duplicated faces one by one. Let's see. Right there, apologies for the bitrate, guys. 2 things to discuss here. Number 1, we're going to analyze each of their faces one by one, as I mentioned before, and their personalities when they get dooflified. That's the adjective I'm going to use, by the way. So, Phineas needs no introduction. We've seen an evil variant of Phineas in a flashback, not a flashback, in a theoretical sense where Candace imagined Phineas and Ferb pretending to do nothing while doing something. That was actually in the Do Nothing episode. So, Phineas needs no introduction. He's the leader of the Backyard Gang. Pretty much parallels that of Doofenshmirtz, but the cheap version of Doofenshmirtz, as we discussed previously. Not much to say there. Next up, I'll go just left to right. Isabella is, as I mentioned before in Season 5, Episode 12, she can turn into a gremlin without a moment's hesitation. You know how much I love Isabella as a character? You gotta let the girlies go a little feral sometimes, you know? If you do not love the girlies when they're at their most feral and at their most gremlin-like, you do not love the girlies at all. So, y'all gotta let her just do her thing. We know she has the skills to do literally anything. just like Phineas and Ferb can build literally anything, their evil love power together is unstoppable. And there's a reason why Isabella's on the Phineas mech and the rest of the Backyard Gang is on the Ferb mech. Do not discount those implications. They are going to go just off together. Next up, Evil Baljeet. I will say, this might be a hot take, but out of everyone in the Backyard Gang, Baljeet is the most likely to snap and go into supervillain territory. And the reason I say that is because of Cranius Maximus especially, though there is the Baljeet's duplication episode, where Baljeet splits every time he had to make a decision. Once he realized he had straight the numbers, he pretty much overtook Buford as well. Viewers of the show will know of Cranius Maximus. I already talked about the Underpants Tower and how he was going to put all of the Earth's atmosphere on the moon, essentially would commit an act that would be tried as terrorism in our world, and that combined with also getting back at Buford, Baljeet is the most mischievous and methodical of the group, I would say. Maybe not mischievous, but definitely methodical. Up next, Ferb. Holy crap, Ferb, evil Ferb, you gotta watch out for him. He is the no-nonsense evil type, where when he's hunched over and moving around, first of all, his demeanor is menacing. You guys who have watched the Star Wars special know that Sith Ferb was nuts fighting Phineas. That sequence was so awesome, where Ferb really put Phineas on the ropes and was just super powerful. Sometimes, and not all the time, mind you, it is the quiet ones you gotta watch out for. Not in terms of just being quiet means you're dangerous. That's obviously not what I'm saying. That's schoolyard bullying type shit, and I don't stand for it. I mean that purely in a pragmatic sense, where you will not see him coming. That's what I mean by it. And lastly, and honestly least, Buford doesn't change all that much. A little bit of bags under his eyes, a little bit of higher pitch voice. It's pretty much just Buford's specific hobbies gets turned Dooflified, so it's a cheaper version of Doofenshmirtz. Buford had interactions with Doofenshmirtz. I don't think we'll see much from him, not that I was expecting much out of him to be different, but I feel like him being Dooflified out of everyone else in the Backyard Gang is the least impactful. That's point number one. Number two, and I'm not sure if this is the best shot. I'm going to potentially find a better one. Let's see. Yeah, this is way better. Ooh. So, up next, I want to talk about these Mega Phineas and Ferb mechs. The designs of these are awesome. I love these. They're reminiscent of Mega Leg and Dig-a-Leg from Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, respectively. Your goal to take out both of them is to hit their central core. For Galaxy 2, you have to use a drill to hit the glass base of Dig-a-Leg multiple times to defeat Dig-a-Leg. And then for Mega Leg, and I hope I'm saying the names right. If I'm saying the names wrong, you'll see a correction on screen. Essentially, for Mega Leg, you have to get on Mega Leg, get up to the top of Mega Leg's head, and use bullet bills that get launched surrounding the top of the robot's circular head to hit the Grand Star casing. It's covered in multiple layers of cages. There's a second phase where once you break the initial cage barrier, then there's a gate barrier that comes up, menacing car alarm sounds blare, and then the amount of bullet bill launchers triples across the circumference of Mega Leg's head. So that's in terms of the boss fights. In terms of the designs, the reason I bring them up is because specifically the eyes. If you take a look at the eyes and the shading used on the eyes, first of all, they give off a glow. I'm actually going to make this more apparent. I have a tool for this. Check out, if you'd see my mouse cursor, you can see a color selection tool. You can see that the shading goes from a lighter gray, and you can see the hex code decreasing. As I go up, I just focus on the number most on the left. As you get closer to the eyes, it's almost at 9. It is at 9 now. You go up slightly, it goes to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and then goes up to 4 up here. Meanwhile, if you take a look at the grayness here, you can see that it's just typically the number 5. So the color of the Ferb mech design is actually a solid color. The reason it's different up here is because of the glow these eyes give up. That's the glow of the eyes. Now for the freaking texture. So good. Circular, cell-shaded textures. I'm an absolute sucker for them. And it's the eyes especially that really remind me of the Megaleg and Digaleg robots. Fun fact, I actually played Super Mario Galaxy 2 before Super Mario Galaxy 1. So I actually dealt with the smaller variant of the two robots first. So I took out Digaleg. It was a fun boss. I didn't think much of it. Then when I bore witness to Megaleg, I was absolutely just paralyzed in awe and absolute terror. It's like me just being a tiny entity facing off against a colossal behemoth, because Megaleg is freaking huge, man. And also, keep in mind, that's the boss of the first world in the game. That is crazy to me. And even though the actual fight is not as overwhelming as I thought it would be, literally Megaleg just freezes once you get on its legs. But damn, I thought Megaleg would have moved faster and would have been much harder to avoid Megaleg squashing Mario and subsequently Luigi on a second go around. So you have to beat Megaleg twice. Anyways, that's the end of my ramble. Hope you enjoyed another sequence of Super Mario parallels to Phineas and Ferb. I love both franchises. I hope there's a crossover. That's a fever dream. That's a pipe dream. That's likely not going to happen. I am absolutely nerding the absolute daylights out of these designs right now. It's so good. And there's a reason why I'm putting these two on the thumbnail. Yeah. Lasts a lifetime. The memories I have will last a lifetime with both of those franchises, for sure. Let's get back to it. From here on out, it's all new territory. What else?
Or else? Like, what do you mean or else?
Now I'm going to actually talk about Candace pursuing them. So Candace, as we know, as I mentioned before, gets her helmet, gets on her bike, and pursues them. I don't know what's going to come out of it. I don't know what Agent P's role is going to be. We move forward.
And again, what's with the accent?
Yeah, I think this is a backyard cake song. Let's do it. It's not. Okay. Oh, they're going to wreak havoc with these mechs. But it's going to be a fun, happy, joyful song. Let's listen. Yeah. What's going to happen? Okay. Just causing wreaking havoc, causing nuisance. Dang, just destroying. So what they're going to do here is destroy the city to build their inventions, which means the construction may not necessarily be evil, but they're absolutely just wreaking havoc. This is way more than a misdemeanor. They're essentially not sourcing their materials ethically. That's what's happening here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and that's all trapped. Yeah. It's a trap, yeah. Yeah. So basically forcing everyone to have fun. And now they're all just terrified. Look at that. Nice. Now you gotta fall down the funnel. Yeah. Sheet. Yeah. So they're just gonna be launched. Ooh. We're gonna check out that logo. Parade of Fear. Dang, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, that's so good. I love the design. And it's purple and yellow and a very beta logo of the beloved Phineas and Ferb logo that we all know and love, and that I am dedicated to putting on every thumbnail. Yeah. Now. What did I say? What did I freaking say? Look at that gremlin energy. Look how... Look at that. It's all in the facial structure, and it's literally mastering geometrical shapes. The curve on that smile, the arc on that smile, and then the bags under her eyes. Look at that. So Isabella is manning the skating booth. I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with this. They're all just having fun, just messing with everyone in town. It's so good. Let's listen to it in full. I'm shutting up. You will listen to it. Yeah, the smile, yes. And just for you guys who love Isabella, we will take the time to appreciate those frames. So we've seen this. Yoink. Yoink the disco lever. And then, yeah. Yeah. She's going psycho! I didn't even go the psycho angle. Look at that. So, they know. I mentioned Isabella as a gremlin. I did not mention her as a psychopath. She is the most psychotic out of everyone in the backyard gang.
You're on a roll!
Yeah. Alright. And now Phineas and Ferb man the mechs, dang. And then everyone else operates various attractions by force and takes the town by force, I should say. Old times, what does that mean?
It takes me back to when I was a boy.
Yeah, to last summer. Flashbacks to last summer. It actually works out tremendously well that this is in the following summer. Candace the sister, yeah. How predictable.
And by predictable, of course, I mean completely predictable.
Yes! I want to applaud so bad, but I'm not incurring the wrath of my parents again. My mom actually walked in on me and I had to keep my voice down, but just so you know, I'm doing this. Internally. Completely predictable.
So let me contain it for you.
And here comes the actual trapping. So we talk about F-tier busts. This is like S plus or pink S plus, like the absolute most S-iest of S pluses. Triple S plus, whatever you want to call it. This takes the cake as the most justifiable bust of all time. I don't think anything's gonna top this. Yeah. Yes! Ferb's doing it, and Ferb sounds way different, but it works because Ferb's duplified. That's uncanny, and it just works. Some might say it doesn't, and it sounds unnatural. If it does, it's part of the charm, and it works. I'm not taking further questions about this. Just kidding, if you want to discuss it, you obviously can in the comments, but you get what I mean. Oh, that was nice. Alright, cool. Alright. Yeah. Alright. The duplication ray is gonna self-destruct, and then it's gonna be GG's. This is great. Yep. Hawking clown nose, let's do it. And now we're gonna spin around. Ah, yes. Excellent use of body mechanics with the tail slap. I really like how Perry's leveraging more of his agility. Obviously, he did so a lot last, he obviously did so a lot in the original show's run, but now they're really upping. When it comes to the animation, the way they're animating Perry is incredible. You could say what you want about how some of the scenes look. I think Perry's animation is incredible. I'm not going to take a lot out of the animation like other folks do. That's just not me. I'm loving a lot of the style here. Down the slide, so now they're just using all of the jungle gym equipment as the Nader travels from one to another. The rocking Perry theme. It's difficult to appreciate the music, especially because of how much Disney cracks down on copyright, but I will play it again and pitch it up if needed. Yes. Alright. You know what happens now. You know what happens now. Phineas and Ferb have turned evil. It's so of you.
Have turned evil. How
wonderful. Yeah. Candace, the daughter, laughs wickedly. Okay. I was suspecting that Linda and Lawrence would have become dooflified. There was that key sequence that both Linda and Lawrence both have done. So this is not entirely new territory. I forget which episode it's from, but now we're going to actually hear words for them, and that is new territory.
How wonderful!
Uh-oh, yeah.
Almond brittle pie?
Oh, not you two. Uh-oh. No. Candace the girl, Candace the everything. Oh my gosh. This is a nightmare. Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare for Candace. Literally everyone she knows is getting doofified. This is just enacting psychological warfare on Candace on all fronts. It's crazy. The dooflication disease is spreading, indeed. It's everywhere. Yeah. Right. So Vanessa's one of the only ones not duplicated that she knows, so I guess that they're going to work together, which is alright. I wonder how Perry's going to be incorporated into this, or if he's not going to, because interestingly, he stayed tied up with Doof's improvised trap, by the way. Literally, Doof's just quick craftsmanship for the double-knotted hazard tape. That's enough to trap Perry for a while. This time around, interestingly enough. Hear you.
The entire
Yes, yeah. Innators. Okay, I don't think there's going to be exposition about Doofenshmirtz being evil being revealed to Candace. It might just be like a one-off thing when it comes to Innator referencing. I'm not sure if I'm saying or thinking about this right, but yeah, I'll just let it continue. Okay, that's all we need to know. Yeah. Guess so. Yeah. Now, it's all up to Candace. For once in Season 5, I'm rooting for Candace. Actually, not for once. For twice in Season 5. Her quick thinking came in absolute clutch in the season opener. But ever since then, not really. So it's great to have Candace back in the spotlight. And someone I've actually talked with is really going to like Candace's character. And because of that, he might deem this as his favorite episode. So if you're watching, do let me know in the comments. And thank you for taking the time to not only watch and binge every single one of my reactions thus far, but also commenting on them. You know who we are, and you're awesome. Very lucky to have you as a recurring viewer. Yeah. Is this... Dang. So now they're just gonna continue building and smacking something with hammers. Yeah. Here comes... Yeah. On forever. Yeah, so it's just, it's perpetual forever fun. Yeah. Here comes the... Yeah. So it's just, it's Isabella manning the disco skate again, Buford operating a coaster, and Baljeet's operating a skydiving whirlwind machine. And they're just gonna trap citizens of Danville in perpetual fun forever. And perpetual fun forever flops absolutely. Yeah. Guess we're taking note. Yeah, hamster balls. Okay, so the hamster ball sequence. Candace is going to try, and oh my gosh, Dink Wickerson again. Oh my gosh, I'm having trouble keeping up now. Okay, so there was a sequence in the trailer where Candace landed on a hamster ball and launched Doofenshmirtz. It seems that's going to be happening here. Now we got Dink Wickerson again. Straight out of white collar prison again. So Dink Wickerson, the gag with him is going to be just in and out of prison constantly. It's not going to stop. Well, like I said before, once you're into the system, it's hard to get out. Like the reps. Yeah. Yep, we're about to take over. Non-consistent, non-consensual fun. Fun without consent. Yeah. Just trapped everyone. Yeah, they're absolutely just wreaking out. This is everything I could have expected. And now they're just going to be perpetually trapped in fun. Yeah. Here comes. Alright, nice. That's one of actually my favorite songs out of Season 5. When the music team does the rock tracks, they hit those so well. I love it. Alright, now Doof is trapped. And now. Yeah, already got him.
So it's somebody else?
Yes.
What kind of evil mastermind would...
Yes.
Not our problem.
Oh, wow. Any evil that's outside of Auka is not their problem. But then Candace Against the Universe contradicts that because Candace was abducted by aliens. But then the Backyard Gang being Dooflicated isn't his problem. The logic's not logicking, and I'm not going to try to make sense of it. Alright. Here comes, yeah. So, okay. As part of the cheap knockoff versions of Doofenshmirtz, self-destruct buttons are just a part of everything the Backyard Gang's built, and that's what's going to be the plot device to finish off the episode. We would not have it any other way. Let's do it. And that truck launches the hamster balls, and Candace is going to get trapped with them. Yeah. They are. Roll them out! Yes! Yeah! I wish Candace's motif. I don't actually like how Candace's motif there was still menacing. It could have had a more heroic undertone. That, to me, is like a slightly missed opportunity. Uh-oh. That's how you know it's a cheap knockoff, because Doofenshmirtz would never let that happen. We know what Doof did to Ronnie, and that honestly might be the reason why Rodney did not return after Save Summer. Alright. What's Candace gonna do? Alright. And then Doof got launched into the sun, but we know he's gonna fall down from the sequence in the trailer promo. Rolling up. Rolled back down. There we go.
If you can hear me, please answer my call.
And it is going to be answered. Yeah. And it is. And then the bots get destructed. And then everyone's going back to normal. So the self-destruct button tied to the mech. The mech still served a massive purpose in constructing the inventions and launching. I'm thoroughly satisfied with the role that the mechs have had in this episode. And now the mysterious force, as we see, worked out in Candace's favor. It's great. It's amazing. Yeah. And everything works out in the end. Okay, so she knows the system. She doesn't necessarily mean it, because the wording there did allude to Doofenshmirtz a little bit more than Roger. I don't think I'll go back to check on that right now. I want to wrap up this reaction. Excellent so far. We're close to the end now.
You mean calling Roger your role model was just part of a diabolical scheme?
Yeah, it's so good. Yes, playing the system. She is a little quote-unquote evil, but this is what we all have to do in 2025 to survive. The system's rigged against us, and so we really empathize with Vanessa and Doofenshmirtz here. Yep. And now that gets destructed, the self-destruct button on the mechs is mapped to everything that was built with those mechs. Perry's role was different in this episode, and now the self-destruct button of the Dooflicationinator is what actually reverts the effects of everyone being Dooflified. And that's it. Ah, look at that menacing. Before the AoE effect happens, Lawrence is on all fours, just eating almond brittle pie maniacally, and then I don't even want to know what's in that slushy dog. I'll actually know that's Doogleberries. I do know what it is. Okay. It's all done. So evil. Yeah. And now these three were just evil hanging out. We had our fill of this trio in the Haberdasher. I wouldn't mind seeing them again, though. I don't know what you'd call these three, though. Any name I could think of these three, Isabella, Phineas, and Ferb, any name I could think of would much more go to them. So feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments as well. Yeah. All done.
Wow, Ferb, what did we do today?
Yeah, and no memory. And that's it. Pfft. Okay, so it's literally just, what did we do today? And episode ends. Okay. That was an awesome episode set. Let's roll the credits now. I will give my thoughts in a bit. We're going to just really enjoy this sequence. One of the best songs. This is one of the best episodes of Season 5. It's super memorable. Those mechs, as I mentioned, I'm thoroughly satisfied. Non-consensual fun. Yeah, it's great. It's amazing. Oh, man. That was so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Alright. I've pretty much said all my thoughts. Haven't mentioned giving many of the episodes rankings, just I mentioned like A tier and S tier only. Pretty much all the episodes are likely around A tier. Maybe there's a B tier episode in there somewhere. There's obviously Meet Me in St. Louis, that'll be its own thing. But just so you know, every ranking I'm giving in these reactions is not a formal one. What I might do at the very end of Season 5 is do a more formal video where I actually review and rank all of the episodes in a tier list, or I might do a rating system in a different way. Who knows, guys, but with that, we've reached the end of our adventure here. Extra long recording time for you all. Gonna be that way for the rest of the season. Very likely. I'm losing steam. I'm tired. It's almost 2 a.m. One of the best episodes of Season 5. You've heard all my thoughts. You've heard all my analyses. I'm super excited to keep up as much as I can. I'm super excited to do these reactions weekly. At the very least, it will provide a breath of fresh air, something to look forward to every week, and that momentum alone will absolutely carry me through whatever difficulties and challenges and grinding that I'll need to do to keep up with my assignments. Once again, reactions will come out when they come out. I'm not likely going to keep up with this weekly. I'll probably just do the reactions, then actually edit them much later than I usually would. That's just where I am in life, so I'm going to dedicate time to just recording the reactions for now, and then I can just release them at my own pace. Whenever this does come out, I really do hope that you all enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Stay awesome, don't get duplicated, stay safe, much love, and peace out.